Hi, and welcome to Get Crafty from the Newton Free Library. Today we're going to be making doves in a nest. So to make our doves in a nest, it's a two-part craft. We have our doves and we have our nest. So we're going to start with making the nest. So to make our nest, we need supplies. These are the supplies we're going to use. We need paper plates. We need some paint. I used blue and white and I mixed them together. We need a paintbrush, a bowl with water to rinse out our brush. We need a pencil, hole puncher, scissors, tape, glue sticks, markers, colored pencils. I used some doilies to decorate my doves. You could also use crayons or stickers, anything. I have scrap paper to make a pattern for my doves, and construction paper to cut my doves out. And I need some yarn and a yarn needle, or if you don't have a yarn needle, you can take a pipe cleaner and fold it in half, and that makes a yarn needle. I think that's everything we used. So we're starting with the nest, so we'll take a paper plate and we're going to fold it in half, like so. Press it down. And then I'm going to fold it the other way, and that gives me something to use to start my cutting. So if you cut that way, it gives you a little opening for your scissors. I'm going to cut up to this little line that goes around the inner circle on our plate. Cut across the middle. And back up this side of the circle. How did it do? Okay. So there, we cut out our opening. And then we're going to paint it. Now see, I already mixed up my paint. So I paint the whole thing. Just paint, paint, paint. And when you're all done painting, always remember to rinse your brush out in water. I have a plate that, oh, here it is, looks like this. Only now we need to punch holes around the edge for our weaving. So here is a plate. You can see I started my holes, but I'm going to show you a few holes to finish it off. Let's see. Oh, I think that's even. I think that finishes the hole punches. And now you're ready to start your weaving. So we need some yarn. I chose to use two different kinds. So I'm going to start with this one that's blue. And I already cut a piece and threaded it my needle. So we're going to come up from the back to the front. And on the back of it, where we need the tape, because we need to tape this down so it won't come through. So the first weaving we're doing is going straight across. So I'm going over here to the top hole, and then I'm going to come up the next one down on that side and go over here. I'm going to just keep doing this all the way down. And if your yarn runs short, you just tape it on the back and start another strand of yarn. And you're going to do all the way down so that you have a plate that looks like this. This is all our street weaving. Now we want to make the diagonal. Okay, and for that, I used the other yarn. So I've just cut a piece. Now I'm going to thread my needle. There we go. Pull that through. Okay, so again, we're going to start on one of the top holes. And remember how we have to tape it on the back so it doesn't pull all the way through. There we go. So now instead of going straight across, I'm going to go one down like that, and then I'm going to come up that top one, and I'm going to go to the second one down on the other side. And then you can just keep doing that. Back and forth, doing angles. Okay, so then, when you finish that, then you have your completed nest. So now we did the nest part, and now we need to make our doves. So let's see, here are my finished doves. So to make those, first we needed to take our scrap paper and a pencil and draw a pattern for our dove. So here's my pattern. Then I cut that out. So I had a pattern that looks like this, and I use that. I put the pattern on the construction paper and I traced around that with my pencil. And I cut out 2 doves, and I decorated them with markers and colored pencils. And this one, I cut out parts of a doily and glued them on. And that means that we have finished our nest with doves. So we'll put our doves back in. And because you have this hole at the top, you can hang it on a doorknob or a hook. And there you have your doves in a nest. Have fun.